Kendrick Bourne from the San Francisco 49ers. You're watching the Niners All Day Show. What up, Bronze? What up, Dre? Let's get it, man. Yee!
Yo, yo, yo. This is your boy Bronze. This is the Niners All Day Show. Got my partner Dre with me. What up, Dre?
What's poppin'? What's going on? What's going on?
Got that W, baby.
Yeah, they got the W. I'm not. Yeah, you know what I want.
Yeah. I was thinking about you, and I mean, you know, still, you know, wins a win after 3 losses in a row, you know. So, but shout out to our Patreon members. What's up, everybody in the chat? Thanks for you know, tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like and share out, and you know, you're gonna like what what we bring. And so today we got the homies over here from the Denim Dungeon podcast. Tim, Brian, what up?
What up, big win guys?
What's going on? What's going on?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Dre, turn that frown upside down, my friend.
I'm hot. I want that top. I want that top 10. I want that top 10, bro.
I
just
feel
want the
you.
top 10 pick. You know what I mean?
I mean,
we seen the limitations that we had today because of the quarterback play. It was clear as day, man.
For sure.
And it's frustrating. This offense could be so much more better if they had the right piece at quarterback, and it just continues to show itself, and it pisses me off. What's the point of going to the playoffs with Nick Mullins?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be Nick. It would be Jimmy. Jimmy would be back, and I know we spent our last episode shitting all over Jimmy. But we can at least admit he's better than. Well, we can't even call him Big Nick Energy anymore. I don't know what to call him.
What he is, right?
I was calling him, Lil Nick Energy. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
completions though. He made some completions.
He made the throws. He made some throws, but you know, I mean, there were several throws where he was supposed to make those throws. I mean, it was basically like he was playing catch, and he couldn't even do that. Yeah. It was just very frustrating, bro. But I mean, we got the W.
Yeah, he did the bare minimum to get the W. Like
he did.
He tried as hard as he could with fumbles, with throwing.
Yes.
You know, it just.
Yes.
You're right. I can't argue with you one bit about the fact that he is holding this offense back. And it seems like every quarterback that steps in under Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers in some way holds them back. But honestly, Deebo getting him in the lineup this week, getting Mostert and Wilson back, it just shows how much more the offense, just the playbook expanded because of those guys, and they won despite the quarterback play today. Nick Mullins was hot trash. You were right.
Hey,
Deebo,
I have to ask this question, bro. I have to ask this question now. Actually, it's one revelation and one question, right?
All right.
Deebo Samuels is more important to this. Deebo Samuels is more important to this offense than George Kittle. We've seen games without Deebo Samuel and George Kittle playing. Now we've seen games without George Kittle and Deebo Samuels was playing. Who has a bigger impact, right? That's a revelation. And let me ask you a question: was George Kittle really worth paying $75 million, guys?
Well, I would say yes. Without hesitation, I'm going to say there's no player in the league. Seriously, that impacts the game more. Whether it's what he does to defenses that they have to defend him, and in the pass game, and he's also able to just dominate guys. Whether it's defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary in the running game, that's the element that he brings that's completely unique that no one else can bring. Deebo is. Okay. He can run the ball. He catches slants. Deebo's he's a man amongst boys. Yeah, snatching chains.
He's snatching chains.
Snatching chains.
Here's what I got to point out as well. Dre, as you so eloquently put on Twitter, Ross Dwelley is ass noodles when it comes to blocking.
Oh my god!
And first, the visual I got with ass noodles was not anything that I really had prepared for on Sunday, But I think that's where Kittle differentiates himself to Deebo, in that, you know, obviously Deebo is super important to the offense, and we can't really, you can't say that he's not. But Kittle's important to this offense because he affects the passing and the running game. And you know, and you saw, you know, once they made their adjustments in the second half, Dwelly wasn't able to make the blocks necessary to seal the edge to get that outside zone going. And so that running game was non-existent in the second half. And so I think if Kittle is on the field, you see more explosive run plays. And then you just see how having him on the field, teams don't know, do we need to, is it going to be a run play? Is it going to be a pass play? And that's also what Deebo does. And that's also what Ayuk does. And we saw this offense, you know, put up 23 on, you know, a top 5 defense in the NFL. I mean, granted, they didn't put up 23. They put up 16. Because, you know, our boy Javon Kinlaw, you know who never had a pick six? DeForest Buckner. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, there's another person who actually plays DB for the Seahawks now. His name is Jamal Adams. Kinlaw has more pick sixes and more picks than Jamal Adams does.
There you go. I mean,
and Kinlaw didn't cost 2 first-round picks to get.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
and a starting safety in the third.
That's true. The one last thing I want to say about the whole George Kittle situation is I think he's the player that allows Raheem Mostert to basically become that superstar player, because Kittle's able to extend those blocks in that zone read game. When the stretch game gets widened out, Kittle's able to maintain that block and stretch the field, which allows Mostert to hit top speed, and he's able to get into that second level. We saw Mostert cut back time and time again back into the defense, and that's because there was no seal on that outside. The edge was set.
No,
and
that was a fumble recovery. That was a fumble recovery. It wasn't a pick six. Sorry, guys. You're wrong. It was a fumble recovery. Eric Armstead hit the guy. Buckner picked up the ball, ran into the end zone with the ball out like this. It wasn't a pick six. Right.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Kinlaw has as many interceptions as Nick Bosa does now as well. So
man, I can't wait for Nick Bosa and Kinlaw together next season.
Oh yeah. How about Kerry Hyder, man?
Oh,
how about Hyder?
That guy is
falling out.
Savior for.
They got to figure out a way to keep him.
I'll say he's pricing himself out of San Francisco, which sucks. But yeah, he's been a revelation, man. 7.5 backs, like, dude, balling out big time.
Is it him? Is it just him achieving, or is it Chris Kasarik being able to get the most out of the guys that he has? Like,
I think it's Kerry Hyder being comfortable in the wide 9. I think that's the key.
Yeah,
I mean, Hyder, he came from a wide 9, then he went to Dallas, and they continuously make their best defensive players do shit that they don't want to do, like stand up in the 3-4, and that's what they tried to make Kerry Hyder do, and he only had 3 sacks, and it's like, why do you guys continuously do that? Like, they lost Everson Griffin because they wanted him to stand up and rush. He puts his hands in the dirt. Why? You know what I mean? Like, they're just dumb over there. I hate Texas. I don't even want to fight. They're just stupid over there. I don't know what
you're gonna come in.
You know what I mean? Hey, Bronze, I love Houston, but the rest of Texas.
It's cool. Yeah, no hate on this. I understand.
Yeah. I love Houston, but the rest of Texas, they kick my, especially Dallas. Yeah. Dallas, they don't like West Coast guys.
I mean, but, from Cali.
Yeah, but
the problems in Dallas start with their owner.
Yeah, like, it's bad.
Jerry Jones, he's the problem from the start, and then it just trickles down from there. So
were you guys surprised about this game, how we performed?
Yes.
Yeah. Because we pretty much, most of the fan bases didn't really expect it to have a turnout like this. So,
I mean, you saw what they did against the Rams in week 6. And so defensively, I don't know that it was a huge surprise, especially since we got Sherman back. And, all of a sudden now you have Sherman on one side, you've got Verrett on the other. They are, that defense is man, Robert Saleh's gone. He's getting a head coach position somewhere. But I think what was more surprising to me was that they were able to move the ball with Nick Mullins at quarterback against that Rams defense, which has been playing really, really well. Even on the game they came in, they were ranked 5th against the pass and against the run in total defense. And so, the offensive performance wasn't impressive, but it was good enough to get the win. And hopefully somebody goes on Wikipedia at some point today and changes the Rams owner from Stan Kroenke to the San Francisco 49ers, because that's 4 in a row against those Rams. And we definitely have their number.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, does anybody know how great Richard Sherman is? Does he not transform the defensive backfield? It seems like when he's on the field, it communicates better. Like everybody knows what to do. So nobody is lost. Everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows where to be. After that interception, you seen him on the bench talking to Kittle Witherspoon, and I read his lips, and he said, "I seen it before it even happened."
Yep, I saw the same thing.
How smart. I on the last show, we were talking about free agents, and I said Sherman's gone. We got to figure out a way to keep Sherman. Here's
my thought. What if we sign Sherman to be the next defensive coordinator? There we go.
Gosh.
There we go. Lord. That dude's gonna be a defensive coordinator, and he's gonna be amazing because he knows exactly what everybody is doing. He stopped that run play, I think, in the second quarter.
He diagnosed that.
He did a run. It wasn't even a called run blitz, and he hit him 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage because he recognized the play and what was coming. The guy's a genius. He's a football genius. And he's not physically imposing anymore, but he's a sure tackler, and he knows exactly what's coming at all times. And I think that's what's important.
Finally, I'm happy to we got to see Mosley in the slot with Verrett and Sherman. They pretty much
Mosley got burned. Mosley got burned on that one cut.
I didn't like it.
The drag route. But other than that,
he did.
But he also on that third down in the fourth quarter, he guarded Cup up the sideline, and I mean Goff missed him, but still it was solid coverage.
It was a touchdown. It was a touchdown. That was a touchdown.
Let's go ahead and Julian S. I'd rather keep Saleh over Shanahan, in my opinion.
I can't go that far.
Is that Grant Cohn? Is that Grant Cohn's burner account right there? Julian Grant Cohn.
I love Saleh, but I can't go that far. I love Robert Saleh.
No,
but I can't go that. I just hope that the next defensive coordinator keeps the same scheme. Like I don't want to switch to a 3-4 or none of that bullshit. Like if I'm Kyle Shanahan, whoever comes in here, bring Wade Phillips or somebody. You know what I'm saying? But
Wade runs a 3-4 though.
You're not doing that if you want to be a defensive coordinator here.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Kasurik? What they move Kasurik?
What about Quinn?
Oh, Robert Quinn. Just get fired, huh?
I texted Tim earlier today. I said, "Is Dan Quinn going to be the next defensive coordinator?" Tim said, "I hope not." So I don't know. I don't know if he still feels that way or not. But you also have D'Amico Ryans, who's the inside linebacker coach right now. They could promote him.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody said Kasurik. Defensive line coaches don't tend to become
Chris Kasurik already said.
I don't think Kasurik wants to be a DC.
Yeah. No, he already said like he loves being the defensive line coach so much that he would never. That's the only thing that he wants to do. So I don't think that Chris is going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to do that.
But funny story, real quick, man. Like there was did some promotions over here in Houston, and on Mondays after Sunday games, the Texans would have like a party at this bowling alley, and just met all the Texans. And one time, D'Amico just like tried to pick me up and like, "Hey, what's up, bros?" And was about to throw me. Like, man, it's not football, dude. Chill out. I was scary. It felt like he was gonna just throw me. But yeah, it was all fun. But yeah, D'Amico would be good. That'd be a good candidate too, man. So
yeah. Hey, I see Nate's comment about asking if Matt Patricia. Please no, Matt Patricia is.
We don't want nothing.
No
more Patriot leftovers,
Matt Patricia is garbage.
Not those guys. No,
but Lions defense has been trash since he got there, and that's supposed to be a specialty. So
yeah, we don't know. We're not doing the Patriot leftovers, bro. All of those guys are cursed to whatever franchise they go to,
that's
bro.
True.
All the way down to Eric Mangini. Like every single one of those guys have not been prosperous in whatever they do. We don't want those guys, man. No, I'm sorry. No, look at McDaniel. He left and he had to come back as a coordinator of the offense. No, we don't want those guys, bro. We don't want those guys. No, not Tim.
I think I would say I imagine Patricia is going to go back to New England just like McDaniels did.
Yes.
You know, and
be with their daddy.
Just hang out there.
Danny Terry, man, we got a $5 contribution, man. We definitely appreciate you. He said, "Can we use Juice more than 2 times a game? He's always comes through for us." I think it's situational. When you have a quarterback who you're scared to go down the field with, then it's kind of hard to use anybody. I'm surprised he made the pass that he made to Juice towards the end of the game. You know what I mean? Luckily, Juice caught the ball, made a football move, and the ball went out of bounds. But it's kind of hard to use your skill position guys when you feel that your quarterback might make a mistake. Do we really understand how frustrating that could be? Like, am I the only person? Like, I could see the frustration on. Like, Kyle Shanahan has like an aura of frustration around his body. Like, you could see it, bro. Like, you can literally see it. And like, I get frustrated too. It's like, damn, like we really can't do much. We can't do much.
Yeah. I mean, you even saw Jordan Reed on that.
Did you see Jordan Reed?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was stomping up and down the field, throwing his hands up in the air. No,
because he was wide open.
I don't see him like that. Yeah, but you don't normally see the 49ers players reacting like this. They've normally been level-headed. They've kept it together. They've been professional. But it's over these last few weeks because the quarterback play has been so terrible. You've watched their reactions on the field be like, we need these right now. We have have to these plays. Right. And we do not have a player at that position that can do it. It's just their frustration.
Yeah, they're probably saying, man, we did this in practice. What? You didn't see me? Yeah. We did this in practice.
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan could throw the ball probably better than Nick Mullins can. You see him throwing it in practice.
There were a couple times there are a couple throws that he made where I was like, oh, damn, I didn't know he had that in his arm. And granted, it was like 20 yards down the field, but still, I was pleasantly surprised. So, here's the thing, someone brought it up earlier. The Cardinals lost to the Patriots today, which means we are one game behind in the loss column for that final playoff spot. So, and we still have to play Arizona. And so I told Tim a couple weeks ago, if it really, this Rams game, I feel like really determines the future of what they attempt to do going forward. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try and move up the timeline for Jimmy on that ankle. Like I said, it'll be 4 weeks. It was 4 weeks today. 4 weeks today. And so they said 4 to 6. They've got Buffalo Monday night in Arizona. Apparently, we're not sure yet, but it sounds like they're getting kicked out of Santa Clara. We're going. Yeah, they're getting kicked out of Santa Clara, and so it sounds like they're going to be playing in Arizona because they only have 2 road games left, and it's at Dallas and at Arizona. So it sounds like they're going to play at the Cardinal Stadium. And so, you gotta be like, you gotta tell yourself, hey, we're, whether you want to be or not, you're in the thick of the playoff race. And if the defense can play like it did today, and you can get and you can just get average quarterback play, which is what you get from Jimmy Garoppolo, you never, you don't know, man. They could go on a run, and it doesn't necessarily have to be one and done in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
The Bills. Damn.
I'll be back.
Tre'Davious White and Micah Hyde and Ed Oliver. Oh, good Lord.
That defense is solid for sure. No doubt. No doubt about that.
Ain't no joke. Them boys ain't no joke.
But yeah, they they put it on the Chargers today. And Justin Herbert's been playing really well. So, that's definitely not a game that you're like, you're excited. We should probably lose that game. Especially if Nick Mullins is starting that game, that's probably an L. But is Jimmy possibly going to come back? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
The one other player though that we could see back is Kittle later in the season.
If they make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, or even if they're in the thick of a playoff push,
But his says his was like 6 to 8 weeks though, right?
He wanted to come back in 2. That's what I love about George.
That's what he told
Like,
Kyle. Yeah,
I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'll be
yeah,
back in 2 weeks, coach. I got this.
Kyle. I remember Kyle said that. I was like, man, this guy is freaking. Kittle is just a maniac, bro. And that's
what I love about him. That's what I love about him. It's just the mindset that he has. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. I want to give a huge shout out to the special teams. I want to give a humongous shout out to the defensive line. Kinlaw, sure. Kevin Givens, Eric Armstead. Givens
was so good today. Yeah. Givens was so good today.
Really good. Armstead was all over the field. I mean, it was just it looked like the last couple of weeks, man, it just looks like that defense is like they have a point to prove. And I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
But they're definitely putting their best foot forward. They continuously give the offense opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to put up points. There's no way in hell we shouldn't have scored 30 points today, guys.
Dude, they should have had at least 20 in the first half. They should have had at least 20 in the first half.
Yeah,
100%. Should have been a blowout.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I'm not too worried about the Mostert fumble. That was all on Mike McGlinchey. Let's talk about this motherfucker Mike McGlinchey. God damn.
As Tim and I like to say, get that man a sandwich. Good God.
How many times did you guys see him on the ground today, bro? How many?
I think I saw at least 4.
Too many.
I saw at least 4.
I saw at least 4.
For being an offensive lineman, for being a tackle, too many. Like I don't like the fact that your right tackle is nicknamed the Big Slim. Like that's not something you want that position player to be. He needs to be big and ornery and mean, and he needs to stay on his feet, and it's not happening.
Yeah, I
don't know what we're gonna do with him.
They need to pay Staley to come just be his buddy for the season and get his ass
for reals,
playing better because he's not it right now for sure.
I don't know. Yeah. I literally seen him on the ground more than Nick Mullins today. Nick Mullins only got sacked once, guys. He only got sacked once. He got hit 3 times, I believe. So
yeah.
That's just not good. Is he vegan? Nothing against my vegan people.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. He's just
what happened though? Like
I don't know.
He looks like a bigger tight end or something. Like he don't look like a tackle, dude. Like I don't know, man. Mike, do you need help, Mike? Do you need somebody to talk to?
Someone. I was say someone.
Brian, I think you're right, dude.
What?
I was going to say, bring Joe Staley back as director of locker room culture. And just every day he just gives a sandwich or two to Mike McGlinchey.
Good Lord, bro. That's like
reminds McGlinchey to eat.
Yeah, bro. Like,
bro, you haven't eaten yet today.
It's time to
yeah. Like I mean, I get it. Like when you retire, like we all seen with Joe when he retired, like he got really healthy.
I would say, have you seen him?
He looks good, man. He looks really good.
He
right?
looks amazing. Yeah,
he does. But it's just like McGlinchey, you're still playing. Like it's almost like everything that Joe does, like McGlinchey wants to do. I get that that's like your big brother, but like you're still in the game, bro. You're still in the game. You can't do everything Joe does.
It's not a competition.
Yeah, bro, you can't. Like, come on, bro.
Be your own person, McGlinchey.
Yeah, you got like 10 more years to go. Like, Mike becomes vegan. Joe becomes vegan. Mike want to come out, man. Come on, bro. I mean, if I'm the coach, you got to gain 30 pounds this summer. You got to gain 30 pounds.
One of the comments I saw was, do you think he'll play better, bigger? And I'm not saying he needs to, be 50 pounds heavier, but what I'm saying is he needs a little bit of weight behind. Dude, did you see him get bowled over by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in the Saints game 2 weeks ago? That's a safety that is under 6 feet tall and weighs about 215 pounds. And he lit his ass up and he knocked him on his ass. That's not acceptable, man. A little bit of weight to anchor yourself, I think would do him a little bit better. But it's not. He's got a lot of bad tape this season, which honestly could cost him a little bit. The 49ers, I guarantee will take his 5th year option, but I think they've got questions about him, or at least they should after this season.
I mean, we've got questions.
But hey, okay. One of the players that I had questions about that I think kind of got answered in this game was Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Jimmy, he came through huge, forcing fumbles today in coverage. I was really impressed with Jimmy Ward today. On a rare occasion, he's not an interception guy. He's not one of those safeties that's going to get a ton of interceptions, 4 or 5 interceptions a year. Yeah. Stone hands Ward.
I guess we got to accept that by now, right? Like he's not going to catch, but he can do everything else.
I mean, there was a play where Higbee could have made a first down on 3rd and 12, and he came and he made the play, and Higbee bobbled the ball, and it made it 4th and 12 instead of first down. It was plays like that, but it goes back to the Richard Sherman thing. The only difference today was Richard Sherman was on the field. Look how much better everybody plays in the defensive backfield.
I would also argue that I think one of the differences that happened in the Saints game and again today was that instead of Marcel Harris at strong safety, they started Tarvarius Moore. And really, I think by starting Tarvarius Moore, what they're offering now is instead of that traditional thumper strong safety, which they had in Cam Chancellor and helps that cover 3 go. Now they've got Ward and Moore, who Moore's probably the fastest guy on the defense. And so you really free up Jimmy Ward to do more in the box, not necessarily in like run support, but at least, in coverage where he's covering slot guys, he's covering guys on the outside, and Moore is playing that single high safety look. And so I think that's actually one of the big reasons why Ward has had, outside of dropping that interception in the Saints game, he still had an okay game. We ripped into him on our show, but he's had 2 straight really good games outside of dropping that interception. And so I think my hope is that they continue putting more out there. They bring Marcel Harrison as a linebacker, which great. He loves to hit dudes and let him do that, but he is not it at strong safety when it comes to coverage. Whereas Tarvarius Moore does have better coverage skills. And I think that's really what has freed up Jimmy Ward to do a little bit more of the dirty work. And that's where you see him causing those fumbles and things like that.
Yeah. How about you, Tim, man? How you feel about, Tarvarius Moore being back there, helping, well, do you think it was more of Tarvarius Moore starting with Ward, or was it more of Sherman being back there and the communication factor that he brings while he's on the field?
I don't think you can give enough. You can't really express what Richard Sherman means to this defense in terms of intelligence and confidence and leadership, veteran mentality. I think Richard Sherman sets the tone right when he walks on the field, from the first snap until the end. Like the players just play with more confidence and they play together. But Brian does bring up a really good point with Tarvarius Moore. He is. He's not Jaquaski Tart. He is fast. He's athletic. He's long. He's lanky. He can come up and support in the run game.
Yeah.
I think Richard Sherman was by far and away the bigger piece that missing in this defense, but putting Tarvarius Moore allows Jimmy Ward to kind of do some of the things that Jimmy Ward brings. Jimmy's a smart, intelligent defensive player.
He is.
When he comes in, he knows he's got a running back or Jared Goff coming at him. He immediately goes to punch that ball out. He knows that guy is not going to be protecting the ball the way other players do. That's a smart veteran move. Overall, this defense plays so much better with Sherm. Tarvarius Moore just gives them a little bit more athleticism and speed on the back end.
They do. Yeah,
man. Moore ran a 4.3 at the combine. So
he's probably the fastest defensive back that we have. Most definitely. Yeah. Yeah, man.
If we did sign Sherman, he's already 32 years old. Like, what would his contract look like? Another 3 years? I'm pretty sure that's what he would want.
I think you go 2.
Yeah,
you go 2 max.
We go 2. We go 2 year with the second year option, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's not gonna get no 10, 13 million like he been getting. You know what I mean? But just seeing him on the field today, bro. That what he does for that defense, man. Those are the type of players that you need to keep. Jaquaski Tart, he could go because our defense is better without him, and also. We're going to save like $8 million a year because he's going to want at least the same amount of money that Jimmy got. And we're going to get a 3rd round compensatory pick for him when he signs with somebody. So,
I'm not trying to throw any shade at Tart. He's good, but
no, I love Jaquaski, but but Tavares Moore is a playmaker, and Tarter's not.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you eventually move Sherman to safety?
I don't
Is he fast enough? Is he fast enough? That's my question. Is he fast enough? I don't think he is,
bro. Yeah, I don't know.
He's smart enough for sure.
It would be scary to have Richard Sherman as my last line of defense. It would be scary.
Yeah.
From sideline to sideline, if Sherm has to run, and catch somebody, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I love Sherm, but I just don't think that's his lane. You know what I'm saying? He's not the Rod Woodson prototype where like the last thing to leave Rod was probably his speed. He's not the Charles Woodson prototype where, you know what I mean? I don't know. That would really, bother me mentally. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Merton Hanks that came out this week. One of the former 49ers secondary players.
Eric Davis came out and said he's the next.
There's Eric Davis.
Hanks. Yeah, he said
there you go.
Sherman's the
That's
next.
Hey,
I don't know.
How do you argue with that? How do you argue with that? Eric Davis knows more about the position than I do.
He does.
For sure.
He does, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. Eric Davis, that's another man that should be in the Hall of Fame. People don't know this. Yeah. He's one of the only cornerbacks in the NFL history to have five interception seasons in a row. He had five interception seasons in a row.
That's impressive.
That's anybody who wants
to. That's a ball hawk right there.
Yeah.
Anybody. He's another guy that should be in a Hall of Fame. And I think E. Davis, I think he has a total of 38 interceptions. I think something like that. 30. Sherm just passed 36, and we know he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. So there's no reason why Eric Davis shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But he's another guy that gets left out of the Hall of Fame talk, and he was so good for so long, man. Shout out to E. Davis, man.
Yeah,
we need you on Niners all day, bro. We need you on Niners all day.
Can we just talk about what this defense would look like if Bosa and Ford were on the field, guys? Man,
good God,
God, it's. Man.
What do you think it'd be better than last year? Or as the same?
Better than last. Yeah, because they have Verrett on the other side. Like that was the weak link last year on that defense.
Straight up,
the guy starting opposite Sherman. And so this year with Verrett playing at Pro Bowl level, this defense would be elite. It would be the elite of the elite,
We would have had like 5 or 6 sacks today.
Yeah, for sure. But then also, like, I love Quan Alexander. I love Quan, but he missed too many tackles. He was too inconsistent. I think Greenlaw's really stepped up this year, and he's really playing well. I think the linebacking core is better when healthy than they were last year.
Greenlaw.
For sure.
This was the first really good game he had. I actually been down on Greenlaw this year. Yeah, like I've actually been down on him because there was games like the Arizona game or the Miami Dolphins game or the Seahawks game, and it's like, man, this guy he gave up 2 touchdowns in both of those games. And it was like,
but there was so much wrong with the defense. There was so much wrong.
There was,
but he was trying to do too much. He wasn't playing in his lane and doing his position. I feel like in those games there was just the dam had broken and everything was a problem.
I mean, I feel like as a Niner fan, now that I do content for the Niners, it's just like my fandom is not at the same level because I have to kind of be
more
like,
analytical.
Exactly. Like I got to keep it real with myself and with people, or they're not going to want to watch this content, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like us as diehard Niner fans suffer from what I call short memory syndrome. And what that is a guy comes in as a rookie and unexpectedly has a pretty good year, and we all of a sudden think he's the best thing since sliced bread or Jesus Christ, right? And that's what happened with Dre Greenlaw. Like he had a really good year last year. This guy was a 6th round draft pick from Arkansas. Played a hybrid safety linebacker position. Was undersized. They said he was too slow. He comes in and has 90 tackles, has multiple interceptions, has a pick 6, won us the Seattle Seahawks game, almost did it twice.
Clinched. God, remember that interception? Yeah. Oh, and that interception in the first game. Oh, damn it.
In overtime.
We were at that game. Sudden, Tim and I were at that game.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy, bro. And it's just like all of a sudden we crown him. And then this year comes and it's just like, I don't see the same guy. And it's like, Was he really that good? And it was like, no, he like we crowned him to be that good. And I think as fans, we got to stop doing that because it's unfair, not to us, but it's unfair to these players, man. And I was a part of the problem too because I thought the same thing. But clearly, he still has a lot to learn and work on.
Yeah.
But today, he proved that, man, he's a
balled
really
out
good young
today.
player.
He balled out today for sure.
But there's no doubt, like the talent level's there, the skill is there. In the second year, teams adjust. You get film on a player, and coaches are able to kind of see what tendencies players have, and then they have to take their game to the next level after that. I think we're still waiting to see the next step from Greenlaw, but that first step was damn good.
Yeah.
Hold
on. Can I just shout out Ed Marin, who said the Rams kicked the Bucs ass and everyone calling Bucs Super Bowl contenders, we turned them into Chris Benoit Rams toothless. That is an elite comment. That's a great comment. That is excellent Chris Benoit knowledge. God. Well done, Ed. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah.
We have the Rams number, that's for sure.
Yeah, straight up. So where are we going to play for the rest? The home games. Is it? There's nothing confirmed yet, right? I mean, there's just only
nothing.
Like talks.
I would say I don't think anything has been confirmed, but it seems pretty likely that it will be Arizona, just because Arizona.
Why?
So it was either Arizona or Texas, because they both have really lax coronavirus restrictions. If we're being honest, that's why they don't have the kind of restrictions that we have in California. And so, I think it's, I imagine the NFL requires NFL teams to play in NFL stadiums. I don't know that they're inclined to allow a team to play at a community college or a local high school or whatever, even if there aren't going to be fans there. And so, I think they're looking at Arizona, according to, I believe, Matt Mayoko, they had contingency plans going into the season because they weren't sure what was going to happen. Santa Clara is the most restrictive county in California when it comes to their COVID restrictions. And so, they had to have some contingency plans, and it looks like they're going to have to roll that out now.
Yeah, I'm good on Santa Clara, man. If I'm Jed York, I'm doing everything that I possibly can to get out of that leash and say fuck Santa. Damn, I'm trying not to mess up the monetization, bro. I'm trying not to mess up the monetization, bro. And I did it. I'm doing everything.
Can't say bad words and get paid.
Yeah, you can't, bro. You can say ASS. You can say SHIT. This the F word.
Fair enough.
They don't like it.
Good to know.
I'm doing everything that I can to get outside of that to get out of that leash, that 10-year leash. I don't care. If I'm Jed York, Santa Clara, they you know what they're mad over? They're mad over a soccer field. There was a soccer field that's next to the practice facility, and Santa Clara said, "You guys, this is the only thing that we have to agree to is just we don't want you to take the soccer field." And after a year, Jed York seen like how adding that soccer field to the practice facility would really help the team, and he said, "Okay, I really want those fields." And this is what the gripe is about: some damn soccer fields. You know how petty that is.
I'm surprised it's not. I'm surprised it's not Great America.
Great
America should be pissed off.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. As much jobs as the 49ers provide, as much money as they provide to the hotels, to not even and then to the San Jose airport. I mean, just so much money comes through that small area due to the 49ers. And this is what you guys gripe about, a soccer field. Seriously, that's what it's about. So I would do everything I possibly could to get out of there. And start raising some money to go back to San Francisco. Santa Clara is not the spot.
I'll tell you what, Tim and I would be thrilled. We live just outside of the Sacramento area. It'd be a lot quicker to get to San Francisco than it is to Santa Clara, for sure.
Yeah,
that's significantly farther away. Yeah.
But if they change stadiums, Brian, we got to think of a new name for our podcast.
That's true. That's tough.
Come on now.
That'd be a tough for us.
Oh, I get it. The Denim.
They'll just change stadiums, but keep but all they got to do is keep they got to keep the sponsorship, and then we'll be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Levi's has a big sponsorship with the Giants already, so it makes sense. They're a Bay Area. They're a Bay Area company.
Keep it going. Yeah.
They'll keep it. Yeah.
So what was the disappointment off of this game? Mullins, I guess.
Besides Nick Mullins.
Besides Nick Mullins.
Man, damn.
Anybody, McGlinchey.
I would say the offensive
Mullins
line
and
still
McGlinchey.
performed pretty poorly. If we're being perfectly honest, the offensive line as a whole still doesn't seem to be gelling. And I mean, I get it. Like you're on your fourth.
I mean, is it
center
that
with
or is
Brunskill?
Aaron Donald just that good? Is it that or is Aaron Donald just that good?
He's that good. He's probably the
But you got to remember, they stonewalled him in week 6. He did.
That's because his nemesis, they didn't line him up against his nemesis today. That's why.
Yeah.
They didn't line him up against his nemesis today. And we know who his nemesis is. His nemesis is Brunskill. He lined up against Brunskill in the first half, but not in the second half. He was all over Mike McGlinchey. The whole second half, he was lined up over Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah, they're like, let me
absolutely.
Which was the weak link? Okay, let me go to this.
Yep.
Skinny guy.
Yep. They lined him up over Trent Williams. He didn't do anything. They lined him up over Brunskill. He didn't do anything. He basically stayed between Brunskill and the left side of the line. And then the third quarter came in the first possession. What happened? Aaron Donald gets loose. Who's it on?
McGlinchey. Yeah.
They found a weak spot.
That one was not McKivitz's fault. That was McGlinchey.
It wasn't. It was McGlinchey, bro. McKivitz was cracking down on the 3 technique, and McGlinchey was supposed to stop Aaron Donald from shooting that gap, and he couldn't. McGlinchey was just too slow. And this is my thing. How in the hell is Mike McGlinchey too slow and you weigh about 270 pounds? How? Speed should be your best damn thing. I don't get it. Hold on real quick. Wipe your calling.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. To answer your question, I was really disappointed in the production we got from the tight end position today. Yeah. I feel like we're getting absolutely nothing from that spot, and it was the 49ers strong suit. It was the the best position we had on offense with George Kittle, and we're just getting nothing right now. And that's real hard to make your offense dynamic, versatile when you have nothing from that spot.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, well, and that's the thing is, Jordan Reed's not a blocker, and Ross Dwelley isn't really a blocker. And so, I mean, Warner? I thought, I was actually, I was high.
He had a really good game blocking today.
He did, and he's getting better.
Really
and that's the thing is he's a rookie, so you can't expect everything. But
exactly,
I was high on him coming out, and he's starting to get better, which is good.
Right.
But Warner is just a blocking tight end, and so really what you're looking at is what kind of production are you getting out of Dwelley and Reed, and like Tim said, we got nothing, and part of that is on Mullins. If he hit Reed for that throw in the second quarter, I think that was, that would have gone for a big gain. And
that was a touchdown. His head was going to hit the goalpost if he hit Reed on it.
So I think that's ideally, some of that's on Mullins, some of it's on the tight ends themselves. But honestly, once Ayuk comes back and Deebo's on the field, I think you're not going to see very much production out of the tight end spot because he's not going to look there. So I don't know. I think Reed's going to be a weapon in the red zone, but nowhere else.
To me, it's so funny how Nick Mullins is not capable of throwing to any other tight end besides for George Kittle. Like, it pisses me off. Like, George Kittle is not the only guy. So Reed had 2 receptions for 18 yards. He was overthrown 3 times, wide open. Reed would have had well over 100 yards today if he would have had those passes, especially on that one in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So that has to be frustrating, man.
Sure.
We've seen games where every single time he throws the ball is to George Kittle. But now all of a sudden you can't get it to somebody like Jordan Reed, who actually is a better route runner than George Kittle. Are you kidding me? I don't get it.
A significantly better route runner. And that's not shade. That's not shade on George Kittle at all. That's just Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed is a wide receiver playing the tight end position. I mean, that's 100% what he is. And so that's his game. And ultimately Tim wrote an article for the Web Zone before the season started about how we talked about we do a family camping trip every Labor Day, and we talked about how excited we were for 2 tight end sets with George Kittle and Jordan Reed, and we got none of it, guys. We got none of it, and it's just like, damn it. Like, I feel like that was going to be one of the ways that the 49ers had a schematic advantage against every team that they faced. If they had Kittle and Reed, and then Juice and McKinnon and 22 personnel. Mostert and Juice. How do you stop that? Do you gear up to stop the run, or do you gear up to stop the pass? Either way, you're getting gashed. So, it would have been, a beautiful thing to see. So I don't know. Yeah. Again, maybe if you make the playoffs, we see it. We'll see.
I'm gonna be in trouble.
All right, Dre, I got it.
Huh? Oh, go ahead, bro. No, go ahead, Tim. I was just gonna.
That's all good. I was just going to ask you, what did you think about Kyle Shanahan's going for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter? I think
it showed balls. That's what builds that. That's what, see, that gives your players confidence. Coach believes in us. He put the game on the line for us. He believed that we can make that play, right? That's what builds camaraderie between the coach. I loved it. It was a 30 trap. I used to run that in high school. It was a 30 trap to Juice. I loved it.
You're running. Look, it's a great play call, but against the Rams, where the Rams' strongest part of their defense and the line is their interior, that to me is the part where it's like,
yeah, but he ran it at Mike Rodgers, and he didn't run it at Aaron Donald.
Juice made that play. The hole was stuffed. He bounced it out, and he made that play for sure. Yeah, that was 100% him. Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. And it's weird that you said that, Tim, because I said I'm going to be a troublemaker right now, because Richard Sherman made a comment about Robert Saleh, and I haven't heard anybody make this comment about
I'm excited.
Kyle Shanahan. Richard Sherman, when asked about Robert Saleh, he says he's able to rally men. He's a leader of men.
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't nobody said that about Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard them say that about Saleh as well. That other guys on the defense have talked about Saleh and his ability to lead men, and I agree. Somebody said earlier, like, I'd rather keep Saleh than Shanahan, and I mean, I don't know. That's tough.
I don't know about that one, but I would like to hear somebody say that about our head coach, to say, like, he knows how to lead men. I would like to hear somebody say that. You know what I mean? For sure. And it makes me wonder, why hasn't anybody said that? I mean, because you can't be a head coach in the NFL just because you're a genius. You have to be able to galvanize a group of grown ass men and get them out there on the field to do what you coach them up to do. You know what I mean? But it would just be nice for me to hear that somebody say that about Kyle. Like, this man knows how to lead a team of grown men. I would like to hear that from somebody, and we just haven't heard that. And it seems like Saleh gets all of the praise, like he knows how to lead men. And I would love to hear that about our head coach.
I think the only thing about the NFL right now is that it is an offensive league, right? Like, the rules are there to help offenses succeed. And it just feels like, to me, if you want to succeed long-term in this, in the NFL, and granted, Bill Belichick notwithstanding, obviously,
right.
You need consistency on the offensive side of the ball. And when Robert Saleh becomes a head coach, because he will, I don't want to say if, he will, and it'll probably be next season. That Lions job, he's from Dearborn, Michigan, which is 2 miles away from their practice facility. Like, it just feels like tailor-made for him to take that job. But he's going to have to bring an offensive guy with him. And then if that guy succeeds, that guy's going to become a head coach, and now you get a new offensive guy in. And so if the offensive guy is the guy that's the head coach and is there for consistency, that's where I feel like you set yourself up best for success. But I agree. Right. I mean, Robert Saleh has done an incredible job this season, even better than last season, for just the fact that he's missing so many players. And the players play for him, and they play hard for him. And I mean, you've seen him on the sidelines, just absolutely. I mean, you saw him today, and he was like,
nutcase,
just an absolute, absolute, just going nuts on the sideline. And players feed into that. And so, I agree. I think he's probably a better leader than Kyle Shanahan is. But I will say that there have been players that have come out and talked about Shanahan as a leader, that, the things that they respect about him. And he's not as intense as Saleh, obviously.
Right.
But he is, they have talked about his ability to lead a team. And so I do, I do think that, I wouldn't want to trade Saleh for Shanahan just because, again, this is an offensive league.
There was that one story where Staley thought about retiring, and Kyle had that heart-to-heart talk with him and kind of basically convinced him to stay one more year.
Yeah.
So maybe like not in front of a crowd, but maybe like on a one-on-one situation, he talks to his players, and I know he had times with KB. Yeah. And kind of brought KB, brought the best out of KB. So.
Yeah, most definitely.
But did not bring the best out of Dante Pettis.
Dante Pettis didn't bring the best out of himself.
Right.
Has he got on the field for the Giants? Do we know that? Has he played for the Giants?
Dude, I don't know, bro. And they actually won today. It was like today was the day for like the teams with the
Sam Darnold
to win. The Patriots won. We won. The Patriots did us a favor, which was awesome.
Yeah, they did us a huge
we just need the Bears to lose. It would have been really good if
Mitch Trubisky starting for the Bears, so
yeah, they're gonna lose. It would have been really good if we could have beat the Packers, because now we would have. I mean, all right.
By the way, what kind of bullshit is that they're moving that Ravens Steelers game because of all the COVID positive for the Ravens?
Remember, I told you,
and they were like,
"Why are we the only one?
San Francisco, get out of here. Right, we don't give a shit."
Yeah,
why are Nick Mullins starting? We don't care.
Right? Why are we the only
Denver Broncos, man?
We're getting hated, man.
The Denver Broncos didn't have a starting quarterback, and they're like, "No, that's fine. We don't need to move your game. Get out of here." What the hell?
It's so messed up.
Yeah. I wanted to bring this up with Coach Johnson. He tweeted us today. If you want a shot at moving up for Wilson, the proper routing checklist today is as follows: Giants, Jaguars, the Bengals in the number 2 slot. They don't, they already got Burrows. So, Giants won, Jaguars lost. I don't know how that plays out, but
yeah, I still think if you're moving up, what you're rooting for is the Houston Texans to continue to lose, because the Dolphins have their pick and the Dolphins already have Tua. So there are opportunities, but again, if we're moving up, it's mortgaging, next year's pick, the following.
You're giving up a ton.
You're giving up.
I don't want us to move up.
You're going to give up a lot.
I mean, even if it's get Trey Lance and keep Jimmy.
Yeah, I
just want one of those guys.
Honestly,
Wilson or Lance.
At this point, Wilson may go second, guys. Like
I would rather have Wilson than Trevor Lawrence, bro. I would rather have Wilson than Trevor Lawrence. Somebody might say like, "Oh, Dre, you're a nutcase," but I would much rather have Wilson than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
no, I said that too. I said that too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well. You guys are on the same. You're on the same island.
Yeah, I would.
Same wavelength.
I mean, it's not just like I understand. Like, this is the thing that pisses me off. Nobody could be a diva, but the quarterbacks. It's like, he's a diva. But he won a Super. Like, bro, I'm tired of hearing that shit. No, I heard that Trevor Lawrence is not the best leader of a team of men. He's not. He's a diva. If things don't go his way, he acts out. That's what I heard. So I don't want that guy. I don't want that guy. You know what I mean? I want a guy who.
You're 100%. Like when everyone looks to you as the quarterback, like when things go wrong, you have to be the player to step up and say, "It was my fault. It's okay. I'm going to get it done." When things go right, it's everybody else's fault. Like you say, it was the offensive line, it was the receivers, it was the run. That's just the way quarterbacks were built. If you're telling me that you've heard that Trevor Lawrence is a diva, then he could have all the talent in the world, and we've seen this from previous number 1 picks. Mm-hmm. They could be a bust if they don't have it up here. Like a quarterback has to be mentally strong, and they're going to have to, like, when you get the media and you get just slammed for doing something wrong, you have to be so incredibly mentally tough to just have that, that belief in yourself as a quarterback to where it's not going to affect you. And divas, as we can see, they let the media and they let things get to them. So if that's true, Trevor Lawrence has a lot to overcome.
I am also leery of guys who have been the best at everything wherever they went. Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Trevor Lawrence was the best in high school. He's been the best in college.
Exactly.
But he gets to the NFL, he's not going to be the best. And how's he going to deal with that?
Bro.
Right.
And you know what?
Losing team.
There's a guy who I said I don't want, but just look at a guy like Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask was a backup quarterback in high school. Do you guys know that? He was a backup quarterback in high school. He had to fight to get his way to a starting position his junior and senior year. He had no offers. Florida was the only team that offered him. He came in, he worked his off, and now he's a starting quarterback, and he's probably going to go high in the draft. Those are the guys who are going to get in the league and work.
Yeah.
Not like Trey Lance. Doesn't have a lot of games, doesn't have a lot of film, but he has the intangibles. He had to work. He went to a smaller college in the FCS school. Those guys you want. Zach Wilson always has been great, but went to a smaller college, and BYU doesn't always get nationally televised games, but he worked soft. You know what I mean? Those are the guys you want. You know what I mean? The guys who have always been good. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, Herbert. I agree with you, Jager. I live in Oregon. I watched Herbert. He went to Sherwood High School in Oregon. We knew this kid was going to be a pro. All the way from high school to University of Oregon. We knew he was going to be great. And he looks like the best quarterback that was in the draft to me. So I get that. But at the same time, I don't know. I just rather have that guy who's going to come in.
So with this word out, with Lawrence being a diva, do you think there's a chance of him dropping?
No.
When he won like 2 national championships, went to 3, won the highest. No, he's not going to drop.
The league's been waiting for
number
him
one.
Since high school.
He's going number one.
Been waiting for him since high school.
These young ladies is going to eat him up. The NFL going to eat him up. His jersey is going to be the highest sold, bro. It's over with. And that, I don't know.
There's gonna be dudes in long wigs in the stadium.
Absolutely.
Right.
Screaming JETS Jets.
Yeah, right.
I remember a few years back, like Trevor Lawrence like popped up in my Instagram feed. I mean, when he was in high school, like, who's this long-haired surfer looking dude?
Look like Sunshine. Remember the Titans?
Well, I remember Trent Dilfer does that Elite 11 quarterback camp. And like 4 years ago, they had a docuseries on ESPN to document that camp, and Lawrence was there, and Fields was there, and Matt Corral, who's at Ole Miss now, and a handful of other dudes, and he was big time. You know, he was big time then, and you know, they talked about how they said if Trevor Lawrence was allowed to go in the draft out of high school, he'd be a first round pick. So he's been hyped. He's been hyped for years now, and so the league has just been waiting for him to get there.
That's crazy.
That's
nuts.
Pete Gorman, I see your comment here about Book from Notre Dame. I will just say he is a local kid for us. He went to a high school about 20 minutes away from us called Oak Ridge High School. But yeah, I don't. Very few short quarterbacks outside of. Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson succeed in the NFL. Drew Brees is one, but he's not even playing that well for Notre Dame this year. But hopefully, I would love for him to make the league just because, again, he's a local kid for us.
He makes Oak Ridge is where I did my.
Oh, go ahead, bro. My bad.
I was just gonna say Oak Ridge is where I did my student teaching. So I spent some time at his high school, not while he was there. But it's got a culture of that school where it's a winning program and they produce some good athletes. Yeah. He's the type of a guy, though. Like I heard about his work ethic and how hard he is, or how hard he works and how smart he is. Those are the type of dudes that are going to rise up. They're probably not going to start right away or flash right away, but he's going to. I bet he works his ass off, and I bet he actually comes through and he has a fairly productive career if he ever gets a shot. I like that kid.
Yeah,
look at
I've seen
Chase
him play
Daniels
a few times. Yeah, he just makes he just makes ill-advised throws. That's it. Just like throw it out of bounds. Don't throw the pick. Like, you don't have. You know what I mean? Just throw it out of bounds. But he seems to have some talent. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, I know that we keep talking about quarterbacks. Ultimately, I think my dream scenario would be, and we talked about it last time, trade for Sam Darnold, and then draft O-line in the first round. I think that,
bro. Why do you want Darnold so much, dude? Did you see him today, bro?
Because we need to fix the O-line, and if you draft, you draft a quarterback first round, the likelihood of you fixing the O-line in the draft goes down significantly.
But bro, did you see him today? Did you see him?
I saw him in the Jets offense 100%.
I said, Sam, don't throw it. Just throw it out of bounds. You already scrambled into silent. What the hell he do? He throw it up pit. Sam, like, I don't know.
I think he can be coached up. I think he can be coached up from an actual coach, not Adam Gase.
Okay. Yeah, because this is like, man, some plays he makes is like, damn, that was a special arm talent type of play. And then this is like, probably 5 minutes later, it's like, what happened? I mean, it's the same thing you see with Nick. Well, no, hell, I ain't gonna say that. He ain't no Nick Mullen.
I would say he's got significantly more talent than Nick Mullen.
So Brian,
Nick Mullen has no athleticism.
Brian, your scenario, we get Darnold, keep Jimmy, and draft a quarterback. Is that
no? I would still. I think I would trade for Darnold, and I would get rid of Jimmy to save the money, and then because I mean, more than likely, I don't know how many teams would be in on Sam Darnold, and so I don't know if you have to give up more than like a second round pick, which I mean sucks because again, you're talking about then at that point you have a first round pick, then you've traded your second round pick. They traded their third round pick last year to get Trent Williams, but really what you're doing is saying you're drafting Sam Darnold with your second round pick, which I'm okay with.
Hey, he's still
got 2 years left on his deal.
This is the thing. This is why we traded that third pick for Trent Williams. We're getting the compensatory pick for Emmanuel Sanders, right? So we're going to get a fifth back from the Denver Broncos, right? We already have two 6th and 2 7th, right? And then we're also going to get that compensatory third for Jaquazi Tart signing somewhere else.
Packaging.
So we're not really in a bad position. So we got
So we can keep on winning. You're saying, right, Dre? We're gonna win.
That's my job. That's what I'm here. I'm here to convince Dre to win this, to continue to win.
Hey,
and get in the playoffs.
I don't. Bro. It's just like when you brought across when you came with the scenario of like, okay, what if we go on a run and then we get in the playoffs and we get Jimmy back? It was like, okay, yeah, but are we gonna win a Super Bowl? No.
Well, I mean, is anybody going to beat the Chiefs? I don't know. I mean, they put it on Tampa Bay.
Bro, I didn't see the Chiefs get smacked this year. You know what I'm saying? I did. I don't.
If anybody we have as good of a chance as anybody in the NFC if we are as healthy as we can be at the end of this year.
True.
Like anything's possible. If we get into the playoffs, we haven't seen anything from any NFC team that makes me go, "Oh, they're the favorite."
Even the Saints.
Did I see a comment pop up? Yeah,
which one?
Did I see a comment pop up that said Kyle Shanahan was gonna draft the Texas Longhorns quarterback Sam Ellinger?
Yeah, you've seen that.
I hope not.
No,
I hope not.
Okay, Lindy.
Sorry, Lindy.
Come on now.
I must be here.
Lindy, you almost
I get the connection.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Hell no. We ain't doing the Longhorn thing. We're gonna leave that in Texas. You heard what we said about Texas when I'm talking about. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Richard Gonzalez says when Saleh leaves, we receive 2 third-round picks. What?
No.
Really?
Who said that?
What do you know that we don't?
Right.
Tell us.
Yeah.
The only way
I have to look at it.
The only way we would get draft picks for a coach is if we traded them, like the Raiders did with Gruden. Other than that, Saleh can leave. Saleh can leave for a head coach position because it's a promotion. We don't. The only thing we get is a new defensive coordinator. That's all we get.
Right. Oh, hold on. Is it the new rule where if you you gotta be the team that's hiring him that get third round draft pick for the African American coach.
Yeah, that's the new
team that's
diversity hire. Yeah, the diversity hire rule.
Yeah. So that's not us. That's a team that makes him the head coach that gets that. But
yeah, I think the Lions would, or whoever signs him, I believe would get the draft pick, not the team that he's coming from.
Not the team that he's. You're correct. Yeah.
But don't worry, Google's free. I'm on it.
Yeah, right. Trey Lance or Justin Fields. Trey Lance. Justin Fields, man. He scares me. Justin Fields gets in trouble and he just falls apart. I seen it against Indiana. I did not like that game. And that's what's going to happen in the pros. He's going to be on a team that's not so good because he's going to get drafted high. And what they're going to do, they're going to turn up the pressure on him. They're going to blitz outside linebackers. They're going to blitz the nickel all damn day. And if you can't take that pressure, what is he going to do? He's going to make ill-advised throws. I've seen that. He had three turnovers in the first half against Indiana. He had 2 picks and he fumbled the ball because of ill-advised plays. Trey Lance, not Trey Lance, but Justin Fields needs to stay in college football.
Fields.
Hey guys,
I'd roll the dice on Trey Lance for sure.
I'll say Kurt was 100% correct. The new resolution says that the team that develops minority assistant coaches who become a head coach, if they lose that coach or a general manager, they receive a 3rd-round compensatory pick in each of the next 2 drafts. In each of the next 2 drafts.
Well,
2 drafts? Wow.
Let's give him a shout out. That was fantastic.
Okay,
well
good
done.
call, man.
Well done, Kurt. Well done, Kurt.
Where are you at?
That works. That works. I'm in. That's cool.
I lost them.
Cool.
Damn, man.
Okay.
Was it?
We get 2 3rd-round picks.
We would get a 3rd-round pick, I believe, in this draft, and then a 3rd-round pick in the following draft.
All right, let's get another minority.
That's crazy, bro. Shout out to whoever. Hey, bro, I'm so sorry. Hold on. It's Richard Gonzalez. Shout out to you, Rich. Shout out to you, Rich.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to you, Rich. Shout out to you, bro. That was
round picks.
Holy snap.
Oh yeah, it is Rich. Rich is Kurt.
So now we got 3.
Now
we got 3 in the 3rd now.
That would be crazy if we had 3 thirds. That means we could move up with no problem.
Yeah, that's true.
We can move up with no problem.
Zach Williams, we gonna get you, baby.
Let's go get Zach Wilson. Let's go get Zach.
I don't know if you guys listened to the NFL show for The Athletic with Robert Mays, but he had Dane Brugler on, who is the Athletics draft guy, and they talked about Zach Wilson, and both of them said their dream scenario in terms of marrying team to player would be Zach Wilson to Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. So
are you serious?
Really?
Yeah.
Where can you find that at?
You just it's called the NFL show or the Athletic NFL show on any podcast network. Yeah.
Oh
man, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. They Brugler and Brugler's a big Wilson fan and was the one that said if he could get to Kyle Shanahan, that would be a dream. For Niner fans, and for football nerds.
Throughout the upcoming draft, we're going to be deep diving into this.
Yeah,
bro,
for sure.
And do you think that do you think that Kyle Shanahan didn't hear that? He heard people hear they pay attention. You know what I mean?
Well, Adam Peters has been to a BYU game already. Both I think to scout Wilson and also Fred Warner's brother plays for BYU right now as a safety as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got BYU contacts, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Fred. Oh, Fred.
Yeah, and then also obviously Steve Young. So we
pull the strings.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Man, Zach, shut it down for the rest of the season so you can slip a little bit in the draft, bro. Just shut it down. Pull the Trey Lance, bro.
Yeah.
Just have him throw some picks and be like, no, he's dropping in the draft. He doesn't have it.
Right. Just have a few bad games. We know what you are, bro. We trust it, bro.
I'll say again.
Where you at?
Oh, the baby. She's running around, man. So I'm gonna have to drop out and stuff, man.
All right, my bad, bro.
I would say the other thing on that same episode where he had Dane Brugler on, who Brugler, if you don't subscribe to The Athletic, I highly suggest it. They've got great content, but he puts out a massive pre-draft guide. But one of the things he talked about was with Trey Lance, he isn't playing this season, but what he has been doing is just an absolute ton of film study and things of that nature, which might actually put him in a bit of a better position than some of these other players that are actually playing. And so, I imagine Fields is coming out. And so you're talking about a top 4 of Lawrence, Fields, Lance, and Wilson. And I think outside of Lawrence, I don't think it's settled about who's 2, 3, and 4 for sure.
Right.
And one of the biggest things that everyone who claims to be like a draft guru is they get hyped up over potential. And Trey Lance has a ton of potential, not a lot of film.
Yeah.
So everything is
he's thrown he's thrown less than 400 passes in college.
Yeah.
And if he has a fantastic combine, like if he has great measurables,
oh my god,
he could be number 2.
Yeah.
And people just eat it up and just keep going, and they'll hype this dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about Wilson. He's put such a good season together. He has everyone starting to get on this train.
Yeah.
It's hurting the Niners' chances of him dropping anywhere around 10, 12, 14 if we're in that spot. But hey, if we're going to the Super Bowl this year, then we're picking at the bottom anyway. So
right.
Let's go. Also, Graph and Kicks, Adam Peters going with Saleh next year. I agree. My hope is that they do some reshuffling in the front office and move Lynch into some kind of president or vice president role, and then put Peters at GM, because if they don't, they will lose Adam Peters, and he really is kind of the talent evaluator portion of that front office, and I think it'd be a huge loss if they didn't get to keep him. And so, I mean, we'll see.
We haven't figured out a way to keep Adam Peters, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that I don't think it's necessarily a definitive that like Peters will leave if Saleh leaves. I don't think it's a definitive. If Jed York wants to keep guys, like offer him more money, you got to offer
for
something,
sure.
Bro.
Absolutely,
you got to offer something.
I mean, if Saleh goes to Detroit as Peters, do you really also want to go to a franchise that's never,
the Ford
but
family,
for the dudes that have egos, it's like, hey, can we bring a Super Bowl to Detroit? I mean, I don't know.
Nobody ain't bringing in. Come on, man. I don't know that the Ford family, they need to sell the Detroit Lions. They have done that franchise a disservice, man.
I was actually really surprised that they fired those two dudes mid-season. That's not something that they've really done in the past, and so at least there's a little bit of growth there, if you will, as ownership.
I mean, you can't run a football franchise like a damn car factory. You know what I mean? That's what happens. I mean, if everything is about cutting costs, then you're not going to be successful in the NFL, and that's a clear point blank. You got to spend money in order to be good in the NFL. Man, with that being said, man,
if Saleh goes there, I
want better for Saleh, but at the same time, as a native of Dearborn, that's got to be arguably a dream come true for him. So that if he does get the opportunity, more power to him.
Yeah, man. With that being said, bro, it's almost been an hour and a half. We had close to 400 people at one time.
All right.
It was a really good episode, man. We definitely appreciate it.
Good times. Good times. Thanks for having us again. We appreciate it.
For having us here. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make this a regular thing. Definitely. Because because sometimes we have people on and it just don't work out, but we play off of each other really well, man. So we definitely appreciate you guys coming on and doing your thing with us, man.
Thanks for having us.
It's nice talking football when the other people know what they're talking about. Like that makes it so much easier. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Well done to you.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate that. With that being said, we're gonna have Kendrick take us out, and we'll see all of the Niners All Day subscribers. Man, go ahead, press that like and subscribe. We see all you guys a little bit later this week, and we're gonna have Kendrick take us out, man.
This is Kendrick Bourne from the San Francisco 49ers. You're watching the Niners All Day Show. What up, Bronze? What up, Dre? Let's get it, man. Yee!
All right, let's get out of here. And that.